hold on to the big truck, right up on the big truck. Yes. You know, I like my little ping, 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 and hold on to the big truck. Mm-hmm. In Fete, that used to be the jam. The big truck, hold on to the big truck, and then you just hold it on. They're like, so, ho. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode we talking about Fete versus party. What's happening, family? You're listening to the Unfiltered Limin with BLT. Every week, we will reflect on our journey on trying to navigate between our parents' traditional culture versus American culture. Oh, gosh, boy. We are your hosts,
Bertide,
Lisa, and of course, Terry. Olya, no one is talking. So let's get unfiltered. Now, some people listening may be like, okay, so first of all, what is a fete? What is a party? Basically, they are the same. However, I'll give you the definition of each one. A fete is a celebration or a festival, something that Caribbean, West Indian people like to do all the time. They like to fete. That's their thing. Mm-hmm. It's always a celebration. You bust your toe, it's a celebration. You have a baby, it's a celebration. You get to beat it, it's a celebration. So it's a celebration.
Yes, you die.
It's a celebration.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Now, a party is a social gathering. Now, with Americans, sometimes it's a little bit different. It depends on the scale. Because some of them, you know, as soon as you come, it's always something popping off. Or they do social gatherings that maybe the music will be a little softer. And it's just people that are just more so talking and conversing. So those are the facets here that we're going to be talking about. Bing, bing, ba-ding, bing, bing. Now y'all will understand the ping, 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 ping with me.
Bacchanal.
All day, every day. I love a good party. I love to plan them. I love to give them. I love to be there. I love in the mix. I like to make sure that everybody having a good time, a party, a fete, all that. All my years that I've been on this earth that I have never been to. No, I'm not going to say that. But I've been to more good parties than bad. I have to say that, where it was really, really rocking. I'll tell you this one time. We went to this party.
Was it a fete or a party?
As a matter of fact, it was a fete. Labor Day weekend.
Oh, man.
Anybody know how Labor Day weekend in Brooklyn? Well, this is when I was young, fresh and green then. So we go into this party. It was me and my cousin and another guy who had went with us. There's no line. There's no organization. Everybody just trying to just get in. She was like, oh, you know something? Don't worry about it. Let me see if so-and-so is at the door. So she go to see if, you know, our hookup is at the door. Can't find him. And I'm not paying $20 to get in. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm not standing out here either. Because if you don't have the money, you standing outside of the fete while everybody jamming. And let me just tell you, inside it is like it is a sweat box. As soon as you walk in,
don't go there with your blowout.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The sweat box is dark. You can't see nothing. And let me tell you something. And somebody grabbing you and they holding on to the big truck and they winding up on the big truck. Okay. They don't even know you. They just holding on. So I said, you know something? I am not paying no money. Okay. So you want to pay no money? No problem. We go around the back. Yep. But here's the thing though. How the fete was outside in kind of like this backyard thing area. In Brooklyn, they have the police barricade. It's not like the steel ones that they have now. It was the old wooden one. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, it was old wooden ones where it had a long piece and the two sides were shaped like an A. Lisa, you know what I'm talking about, right?
The police in New York used to have them. They were painted blue and they said police.
There you go. Okay. We took one of those, hooked it up to the top of the fence to climb up on that, to climb over, to get to the party. I'm telling you. So
man.
I'm telling you, there was the two guys there helping the women also. Of course, you know, I take off my shoes. I had to take off my shoes, hold on to the shoes, hold on to the board to climb over. But first, one guy went over because he had to catch the women that was coming in.
What?
So let me ask you this: wouldn't it have been cheaper to pay the $20?
Of course not.
No, that's not how it works.
Okay.
Nah, B, we ain't doing that. We ain't paying the $20.
Thank you.
We gonna jump this fence.
Thank you, Lisa.
Let me tell you, B boy, we gotta take her somewhere for real, yo. Nah, B, you rolling with us? B, if you rolling with us, you jumping fences. I'm letting you know that right now.
I can jump
Yes.
fences. I was just asking a question,
Yes, I'm telling you, climbing up there, panties showing, everything like that. But I'm getting in there, and yes, it's jump on wave. Oh, what? I can't miss that. Please, I'm telling you. So God. Yes, I'm telling you, climbing up there. So one guy was in there. So of course he helping, assisting, the women that's coming over. So now there's a line because people see what's going on here and they want a piece of action. I said, well, let me tell you something. As long as I get in, my cousin get in, and the guy that can, everybody else, they fending for themselves. So we got in. When we left there, the sun was shining bright. I was soaking wet. We was all soaking wet. You can forget about the hair. Okay? You can forget about the hair. And because it was a backyard business, with all the dust and everything like that, all your foot dirty with it. Exactly. But you had a good time. At the corner, there was somebody who would corn soup, and at another corner, yes, they selling the the Caribs or the solo, Oh, yes. All of that going on.
Oh, yeah. And one thing I want to add for those that are listening, the difference too between a fete and a party, what I feel like, when I think of parties, I think of American. When I think of fete, I think of the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. When you go to a fete, you have your cute outfit on, right? But I used to remember, I used to wear like my cute sneakers. But when I went to a party, though, parties when you bust out the heels.
Yes.
Right.
And you have the cute little outfit and you going in there to profile. You know what I mean? That's what I remember. But in the fete, when I go to a fete, I'm going to get my dance on and I'm going to get sweaty. Yes. You're going to come out, your clothes is soaking wet.
Yes.
But when I go to a party, I'm going to profile. Mm-hmm. And you go with your heels, nice little dress. And I remember with my friends, parties, we'd go to the club in Manhattan. So you remember, I don't know, Terry, you remember the Palladium?
Hell yeah.
The Tunnel?
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what we used to do, we used to take limos down there. Because then, you used to get twisted and you had to drive all the way back to Long Island. Mm-hmm. Nah, yo. So it was a photo op. You come out with the heels, the cute outfit, your hair did.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But when you go in there, you don't go there to sweat. You call ahead so you don't have to stand in line because somebody, one of the girls knows one of the bouncers. So when the limo, and especially too, when you pulled up in a limo, you ain't really had to stand in line either.
Everybody was coming out the limo.
Yeah. So when you come, that was another reason too. Like, we taking the limo into the city because we're not standing in no lines. Mm-hmm. So, you roll up to the front of the club, they stop the line. They're like, yo, they got VIPs coming through here. They unchained the rope chain for you. Like, come on through, ladies.
Very, very true.
And then when you come in deep out of the limo, oh yeah. But the fetes though, that's when you knew you got your wine on. You on the speaker. When you come out, you can't hear nothing. Your eardrums busted. Mm-hmm. Yo, your eardrums are ringing. The next morning, I used to wake up like, yo, why can't I still not hear? You know what? I shouldn't have stood that close to the damn speakers. And I forget. Every time I go to a fete, I forget the next time. Lisa, don't stand too close to the speakers. Because the next day, you like, huh? What? I can't hear you.
You don't have time to think about that, though. You're having a good time.
But you know the crazy thing? It is. But with the fete, you don't mind getting sweaty and dirty.
No.
Party,
no.
You can't come and touch it. You can't be rubbing up on me.
No, you can't dance with me. You can't stand too close to me.
Exactly.
You might have perspiration permeating off of your body, and that's too close, and that might mess up my blowout. So I can't have you too close to me. No.
Amen.
Makeup did everything. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
That's at the party.
Yeah, you better not step on my shoes either.
Oh my God. So my memory is when I was younger. So in Guadeloupe, they used to have, like you said, Caribbean baptism. When kids get baptized, they have a fete. And I remember there was one time, I don't know if it was that or if it was like a holiday, maybe Christmas, but I remember there was a house, right, in our neighborhood. And that house was like a huge house. And these people used to have fetes, like it felt like every weekend. So this particular one, we were allowed to go. So I think it was one of like the holiday. But I remember, like you said, the big speakers, and the house was crowded. The lights was dim, food. All I remember is you trying to walk. We're running around because at the time we were kids. So, we danced, but at the same time, it's not like the adults. Like, we didn't stay inside and dance the whole time. But I remember they were dancing like it was crowded. You trying not to, kids, you're running in between trying to dodge people. That was my first experience with the Fete. Again, there is a big difference, and you right, ladies, with parties here, because there's times when I've been wanting to, because with Fete, you just it's freedom, right? You go in and you trying to just dance and you don't care. But here you go to party, there's a time where it ends and you got to go home and you just getting into your groove sometimes.
I think it depends though on where you live, because I think for us being in New York, the clubs used to close 5 a.m., Terry?
Exactly.
So we were kind of
all night.
Yeah. It's when I moved down to D.C. and I was like, well, what you mean they close at 2?
Exactly.
What the hell is that? I'm just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
What you mean close at 2? I didn't make my parade around the club.
Exactly. Because in actuality, you're not getting there until about 11, 12 o'clock, right or wrong?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. So that's another thing. Good thing you brought that up, because I feel like even though in America we are going to parties, we're not leaving the house till midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, but it started. It's like, nah, we sleeping because we know it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, you got to take that nap.
You got to take your nap.
You got to take that nap.
Because I remember one of our friends was having a party, and we were like, okay, what time do we need to be there? Whatever. And it was like, okay, it starts at 10 o'clock. I mean, he goes, this is what he said. He goes, the invitation says 10 o'clock, but he goes, meaning you could be at the door, ain't nobody gonna be there, even though it says 10 o'clock. He goes, but you could show what he said. He's like, y'all could show up, by 1 o'clock. That's when everything's gonna be. Everybody's gonna be there.
Yeah,
So all day we were sleeping, getting ready and all this other stuff, and then we go. But it was a good time. We had fun. But I feel like fetes and party definitely a big difference.
And then I just remember too. I should say it happened for both fetes and parties, because sometimes they'll drive back to Long Island. That limo, they'll be long. Because then the limo got to pull over because somebody got to throw up because they drank too much. Then the limo got to stop again because someone got to take a pee. But then again, when I think about the fetes too, they used to have this club down here called Crossroads. Man, I feel like people were throwing up in the parking lot all the damn time.
Really?
Yeah. They get down the street from the club. You see cars pulled over, people throwing up because you get twisted. So I was gonna say that's the similarities between fetes and parties. People are on the side of the road throwing up after. That's normal.
Yeah, but it's a good time. The music too is jamming for both. Depending on which party and fete you go to, the music is always. I mean, the ones that I've been to, the music is always live. You gonna get up and dance. You gonna have a good time with the music. That's one thing that I enjoy when I go to fetes or parties. The music is always a good thing.
There's one difference though when you have house parties though. With a fete, and you banging on that air conditioning unit, that duct system.
Oh my gosh.
I remember that. Yes, I remember that.
Yep.
Yes.
Then I couldn't stand though the DJ. He always rewinding and remixing that shit. And I'd be like, yo, play the music.
As soon as we get to the good part, he rewinded.
Yeah. I'd be like, yo, what you doing?
Yeah.
And then don't forget about the dance battles.
Definitely.
I think they both had dance battles, both of them.
Mm-hmm. For the fetes, who could whine the most and who could go down the lowest.
And then the guys that are trying to get some, and like you said, they just slide behind whoever whining, and you be like, wait a minute out. Yeah, those look at here now, because you be having a good old time, you and your girls, and there goes some fool because he's trying to grab some or get, and he's coming in and messing up. We used to be like, get out of here. We don't need you. This is, you know what I mean? But that's another thing too. So I don't know how it is, and if I'm gonna say something that offends y'all, that's fine. But
that's fine. Okay.
Hey, that's fine. That's my opinion. Y'all deal with it. But the fans listening. So I feel like with Caribbean, and maybe Americans are this way, but I've just not experienced it or seen it. But I feel like when we go to parties or fetes, girls, we could dance with each other and not be like, if I'm going to an event and I don't have a guy, like me and my cousin and I'm talking about not only dancing, but like even slow dance, right? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not like one of those things like how they make it seem or whatever. So I feel like that's also a difference. Like, we enjoy the music and the atmosphere, and it doesn't matter that it's girl on girl. We're just having a good time.
Yeah, that's
and I'm saying girl on girl, but
you did say that. You did say that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think she means women hanging out with each other. I don't think she meant on that. So the men, y'all like, I wonder what she mean by that. No, that's not what she meant.
I thought you were going to say women on women. That's the same damn thing.
I meant what I meant. They want to come watch. They could come watch. They get in the head, whatever they want to go.
Snap.
But the other thing too is I realized, and you guys let me know, I feel like not all of them, but I do feel like Caribbean men, they know how to whine.
Oh yeah, hands down. Hands down.
And the thing about it is, because I've talked to guys, my guy friends or whatever, and it was like when they came here to America and go to parties, like some of the African American be like, oh, that's gay, like the way they dance. And I think that's the difference too, because you're not thinking about, oh, gay or whatever when you're dancing. You're just feeling the music. You're having a good time. And that's something, in the culture, you're just doing it because that's just part of the culture. So you're not, you know what I mean?
Nah, B, that's called they're hating. That's what that's called. Lisa, they're hating.
But yeah, so that's a different, that's Caribbean men, ladies, if y'all thinking about dating Caribbean men, they know how to move that
thing,
that midsection,
that waist. They know how to whine. Don't be afraid.
And they like to hold on to the big truck. I keep telling you.
Hold on to the big truck. Hold on to the big truck. Yeah. So
yes, definitely. That's called hating.
That's what that's called, Lisa, hating, right?
Oh hell yeah! Because then even the American women or girls be like, oh, we gonna go dance with them. Oh snap! He gyrating and it's like they hypnotized. They're like, oh. So of course, the American men
the pendulum is hypnotizing them. What did you think?
Yeah, the pendulum. Did you say the pendulum?
Pendulum.
The pendulum is hypnotizing them. Okay, that. So again, it goes back to the American men are hating. Okay.
And it's very like they know how to move with your body, touch the right spot. I'm just saying, all y'all gotta do, American, is just like, take a few classes. I'm telling y'all get some women.
Or do what they do to give the little American girls, they give them a hula hoop. Swish, swish. Swish, swish.
Oh my God. No, that's funny.
I'm just saying.
Is there any other differences or similarities you ladies could think of?
That I think that for the West Indian culture, that when we dance like not on top of each other, but we always dancing together.
Close.
Right. You don't take it personal. If you go to a club, an American club, and somebody is all up on you, like, get off because to me, it's like they're trying to hump you. They're trying to, that's how I feel. I don't never like them on, but if I went to a fete or something like that, I mean, it's bend down, it's take this, take this, take this.
Who we taking?
Bertine,
bump up on the view. Bump up. Yeah, there's a difference. There's definitely a difference.
Yeah, I would say that's the difference there. But I also think that how the Caribbean, I think it's more sexual. And when I think
I've been told that. I've been told by an ex that was an American that were like, y'all dance very sexual. I was like, really? I didn't think so.
I will agree For Haitians, yes, like they have the compa. When you dance in the compa, it's like, look, if you ain't pregnant by the time you leave the dance floor, hey, I don't know what to tell you, because you might pop out a few babies while you're on that dance floor. So you better make sure it's with the right person, because I'm just saying.
Bump up the bumper.
Well, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Say the word again, Bertie.
Compa.
The compa. Bertie sent me a video of that, and I just thought it was, besides how the Spanish, the Latin people dance, I thought this was so damn sexy. I'm like, oh yes, I want somebody to do that. Swing me around, and the way that he was moving and the guy was moving, I was like, yo, I was tingling all over. I was like, whoa.
You were tingling all over? Yeah. So again, like I said, people, the American men be hating.
Oh my goodness, tingling all over.
Very, very sexy. I mean, it's something that you like, damn. Oh yes, very sexy. And the girl,
we're sexy people.
Yeah, you know what we could do for one of our episodes? We can go take a class and and go ahead. When we go live, we'll take a class so that our fans can see what we're talking about.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Again, they jealous. They hating.
Why do you think that is? Besides it being sexy, Lisa, and we picking up all their women, what advice would you have for the American men that are hating?
Hey, if you can't beat them, join them, sweetheart. You better find a West Indian woman and learn how to. You better learn.
Hold on to the big truck.
Boom.
That's it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
you don't know something, you learn it, right?
Right. Tell them to level up.
Level up is right.
It's gonna do wonders for y'all if y'all do that too. I'm talking about
you'll be liberated.
In every area.
Liberated.
Very much so.
Once you go Caribbean, you won't go back.
Hey!
Shots were fired.
I'm just saying. Ladies, if you sit back and think about it, look at your track record. Think about it.
That is true, Lisa. You have a very good point. Very good point.
Check your bushes when y'all leave out.
Oh my God.
Hold on to the big bush. Right up on the big bush, big bush.
Nah, I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about somebody's hiding in the bush because they sick. Because they got a whiff and a taste and they can't get over.
Like I said, hold on to the big bush. Right up on the big bush.
Yes. That is too funny. But you're right.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
pay attention, people. Pay attention.
What about you, Terry? What would you say to your to the American men hating, as Lisa so
elegantly put it?
Listen, if she move, you move just like that. So if she get
just like that.
That's
just like that.
Exactly. So when she backing up and she like that, you better hold on because it's a ride you going on. And if you not this tall to ride that ride, then you need to sit down.
But the thing is, but that's what they're afraid of, and it goes to Lisa's point. If they don't get on and ride that ride, somebody, a Caribbean person, gonna slide right on in and ride that ride.
If you scared, you better call a reverend.
Listen. Listen.
Or don't buy. What is it? Don't buy the ticket to get in the amusement park if you're not going to be able to get on those rides. I'm just saying, stay behind at home. Stay at home.
There you go. And listen, it's 2020. They got YouTube and tutorials. Get your behind in gear and figure it out.
Hold on to the big truck.
Yeah.
Ride up on the big truck.
And that is true. But that is fun. Like fetes, I think fetes and parties, there's similarities and differences, but at the same time, it's all about a good time. You know what I mean? It is a good time, especially when you go with. I like going with a group of good friends. like I feel like you have more fun with your girls, right? Because you don't care, you're having a good time and you're just dancing. And I don't mind guys going, but at the same time, sometimes I feel like when you're going as coupling or whatever, there's more of a pressure to just like, trying to impress a guy or whatever. But with your girls, I don't know.
I don't know. I remember in New York, what made it even more fun is that when you went with your girls, but then the guys that you were dating, they had their crew and y'all met up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Because then they with their peoples, they're not all underneath you and you still with your girls and you still have a good time.
Yeah, that is true. Well,
definitely.
Folks,
great talk, ladies.
Yeah, let us know, if you have any fond memories of fetes or even parties or anything that we miss. And yes, American men, if we have offended you and you trying to ride the big ride and you want to know how you could do that, let us know too. We'll be more than happy to leave some content. We'll be more than happy to,
what are we going to do? Are we going to do a tutorial for them?
We can put links below. We can put, like you said, there's YouTube, so we can, maybe direct them to some of the good YouTube for beginners.
Yeah. Maybe we can. Tutorials.
We can ship them a hula hoop, like you said. Swish, swish.
I can't.
Swish, swish. Swish, swish.
Ladies and gentlemen, for all the West Indians out there, continue to fete, have a good time. However, because we in this COVID, I can't stress this enough. You know something? Yes, our fetting, is not the way that we know it and how we enjoy it. So, even if you're fet via virtual, you could still wind up on the big truck.
Oh, damn.
Yes. When you partying, all my American people, when you partying, yes, have a good time. Also, where we have to social distance. So again, if you're doing your virtual, and you're socializing and you're having a good time, continue to do that. Be safe, be protected, and be mindful. Also, definitely be mindful.
Yes.
So, but we have come to the end of our season. And we are going into a new year. And with us going into a new year, we are thankful and grateful for this podcast and for all that are listening and all the people that will be listening. Your comments, definitely questions, comments, concern, please are more than welcome. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you think. We want to hear how you feel. Definitely we will be responding, but we are here for you, for your listening pleasure. So we're going into a new year. This is our closing out, and we want you just to be safe. Happy New Year. All right, people, the Bacchanal Queens, we are ready to leave. But before we leave, we would like to thank you for joining us this week on Unfiltered Limin with BLT. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and join our Facebook page. As always, subscribe to the show to catch every new episode and leave us a review so we can continue to bring you fresh, exciting content. See you next Thursday, same time, same station. Unfiltered Limin with BLT is edited and produced by Unfiltered Limin with BLT.